We're about to take a cruise named Venetian Vistas that will take us to many places in the Adriatic and Mediterranean. Our ship is the Thompson Spirit, and we're about to start the adventure. Our starting point is the ancient city of Dubrovnik in Croatia, on the shores of the Adriatic Sea in the northern Mediterranean. A charming historical city that's both fascinating and beautiful. First impressions confirm that it's indeed everything it's cracked up to be, even bearing a great resemblance to what it looked like in 1667. Many buildings and the city wall still standing. And fun things happening too. Places to eat. Perhaps a cable car ride or a walk up to Fort Imperial on the hill. Dubrovnik, historically Ragusa, is in the region of Dalmatia. It's one of the most visited tourist destinations in the Mediterranean, and the whole city is actually a World Heritage Site, and no wonder. The city is a walled city and has a grand entrance. These walls were first built in the 7th century, though the ones that remain were built in the 14th and 15th centuries to defend against Ottoman attacks. The story goes that at one time, every visitor to the city had to bring a stone in order that ramparts and forts could be built. As the capital of the Republic of Ragusa, it's a place that actually once rivaled Venice. Lord Byron called it the Pearl of the Adriatic. The streets of the old city are amazing. The main road, paved with limestone, and polished smooth by the footsteps of visitors. Each end has a bell tower and a fountain. This is Big Onofrio's fountain. King Richard was shipwrecked here whilst returning from the Third Crusade and cared for by the people. As a result, he gave 100,000 ducats to build a church, and the cathedral was built, at that time the greatest in the Adriatic. The city has amazing, interesting alleyways. But the real amazing thing about this place is that it's changed so little. Apart from the visitors, that is. Since Game of Thrones was shot here, the number of visitors arriving has shot up. On the day we were here, several cruise ships were visiting, and at times the city was getting quite crowded. Having said that, it was still an amazing experience. The limestone buildings reminiscent of Venice. And like Venice, very close together, with narrow alleyways, further enhancing the charm. Add to all that the incredible and wonderful absence of all vehicles. Not even a bike in sight, but surrounded by stunning edifices that would do any city proud. Even with the thronging crowds, it lived up to its reputation, and there were still many places where one could sit a while and take in the atmosphere. There are few cities on Earth with such a concentration of medieval history. The weather is great too. In June, when we visited, it was always warm and sunny, an average temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. We strolled down to the harbor, a 2-minute walk. The economic rise of the city in former times was due to maritime trade. Being right on the Adriatic, it's a great port. The harbor is a hive of activity, a variety of tourist boats offering everything from glass bottom viewing to scenic cruises around the coastline. It's always had a fishing industry, and fishermen can still be seen landing their catches and mending their nets. It's a great contrast to the narrow alleys of the city. This is the Adriatic Sea, the northernmost arm of the Mediterranean, and as the sun goes down, there's a serene atmosphere, people relaxing in the evening sunshine. The high city walls reminding us of the torrid times this city has endured. After an early start this morning and a 3-hour flight from the UK, it's very special to just soak in the atmosphere here. The place is like many others in one way or another, but all things together make this a unique destination. Mysterious, a photographer's paradise. You don't have to do anything here. Just walk around and enjoy it. So we got a smoothie and did just that. A little shopping, and then back into the city. The evening sun casting deep shadows and making for some interesting shots of outstanding architecture. The narrow alleys and the tall buildings giving the city a character of its own, and not unlike the medieval city of Medina in Malta, and in some ways, even Jerusalem. Rachel's looking for camera angles and getting great shots. There's always something to see and experience here.
It's 7 o'clock. We've been strolling around this town all day. It's a beautiful evening and we're about to go back to the cruise ship.
We had had a memorable, fascinating experience. As we left, we met some girls from Salzburg in Austria. We had plans to visit Vienna, and so we had a chat. But for now, the next stop is Trieste in Italy.